Hi, I'm Tori Nyhog. To be one of the top riders in the world, you have to race fast and smooth. So is it possible to ride the perfect BMX race?
Bicycle motocross has been around since the early 1970s and has called the Olympics a home since Beijing 2008. It's extremely strenuous, very dangerous, and simply brilliant to watch. Tori, BMX requires so much concentration to put together the sections. Is it possible to ride the perfect lap?
I could answer that, or I could just show you. Pedal, push, jump, pedal, pump, jump the triple, turn, pedal out of the turn, manual, pump, jump, jump, turn again, pedal out, rhythm section, jump, 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 turn, pedal, last straight, pump, pump, throughout the finish line.
Okay, that was great. So, is every track the same in terms of design and challenge?
Every track is different. Generally it has the same design and they present their own challenges to us. Generally speaking, the start's the same. Lane 1 is what we call pole position in BMX, and that's where the top qualifiers typically go. So it's very important throughout a race day to have some fast lap times so you can choose the inside lane. The first part's a little bit flatter, so that's when you generate your most power in the first 4 cranks. Then you accelerate down the hill and hopefully you can get ahead of your competition.
How much training do you do to get that explosive start?
We do quite a bit. We do a lot of strength training in the gym, as well as plyometric training to really work on our explosive power. I'd say we train similar to a 100-meter sprinter would. Personally, myself, I put out around 2,500 watts on the start, and generally that's the peak number that I'd like to hit. And throughout the sport, there's going to be a variation, but generally speaking, BMX is a very high-power sport.
It's really a whole-body workout, but even though people think you just pedal with your legs, but there's no suspension, and we have to be perfect. Our arms and legs are the suspension for us, so you have to carry speed everywhere around the track and be in the exact right spot on the bike.
So that brings us to this first corner. Is there a perfect way of taking the first corner?
The corners are one place where we can make a lot of passes. You really have to adapt to the race. For instance, if you start on the inside on the start hill and you're going into the first turn first, you want to go inside and take as low a corner as you can so you come out with as much speed as you can. However, if you're behind, you might want to go inside and take someone up, or if you want to start high and cut down low.
For the perfect lap, what kind of jump do you need to do?
You need to come up the lip with a good speed, push through, stay as low as you can, and get good backside so you can actually gain speed off the jumps instead of lose speed. The middles of the jumps are essentially useless for us because we just jump the whole thing. The only time you'd really roll the middle of the jump is if you made a mistake and you had to roll, which, you know, it would put you out of the race.
And would not give you the perfect lap.
It would not give you the perfect lap. No, you want to jump the jump and get a good backside to pick up speed.
So Tori, tell me, why is this called the rhythm section?
It's the rhythm section because there's actually no pedaling. All the jumps are really close together and they're a lot smaller. So it's all about keeping your rhythm and trying to leave the straightaway with more speed than you came into it with. Typically the top speed we hit are around 62, 63 kilometers per hour, and that's generally on the first straightaway after the first.
How would you finish the perfect lap?
To finish a perfect lap, you got to get a good drive out of the last corner and finish the last straight very strong, because people are going to try and pass you in the last straight, so you can pedal as hard as you can to the finish line.
I think it would be extremely tough to race the perfect BMX lap. Looking back on my career, I can't say that I've ever gone across the finish line and been like, oh, that was perfect, regardless of the result, if it was great, but you do think, okay, well, it was good enough to win. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not like, oh, that was a perfect lap. It was I the first one to the finish line?
Quick recap. To ride the perfect BMX lap, you must qualify in pole position, so you start in gate 1. Pump out over 2,500 watts for an explosive start. Take the inside line going into the first curve and ride it as low as you can. Pedal hard immediately after the curve. For the jumps, come up the lip fast and get good backside to pick up speed. Hold your position through the rhythm section, and finally, don't let anybody overtake you on the home straight.
You've taught me a lot. I think I'm ready to race. Shall we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Subscribe to the Olympic channel and discover more Is It Possible?